Hey guys, welcome to this all new episode of Tarot Tea. I don't have tea for this one though, you guys. I have wine. So if you'll excuse me 1 second. If you guys saw the last Tarot Tea time I did about Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, then go back to those comments and thank Jessica for this video, because Jessica, it's because of you, girl. That's why I'm doing this. Thank you for requesting this video. It's something that's been on my mind. It's been on my heart quite a bit. I actually talked about Scott and Amelia in this week's podcast episode that I'm linking below. It's all about your birthday in numerology, what it means, and how to tell what is coming up next for you in your life based on your age digits. Oddly enough, Scott and Amelia are both in a 2-year, which means that they are working on issues having to do with codependency and relationship dynamics, learning to put others first, finding their self-worth in relationships, like everything partnership related. So it makes a lot of sense that they would be embroiled in this kind of controversy. I'm really not surprised that these kind of painful relationship themes are coming up for them, but we're going to use the tarot to clarify. And again, if you guys want to know more about how to find out, you know, what your age digit is and what it says about your life and where you're at emotionally and mentally this year, just you can click below. Scott is 38 and Amelia is 20, okay? So there was already some age difference issues, but up until recently, everything in the press has been very positive from both of their camps. I mean, Lisa Rinna said, you know, she made a comment where she was like, why couldn't it have been Harry Styles instead of Scott Disick? And like, we all get that. Like, if I were a mom and my daughter was 20 and she had a boyfriend who was 38, I mean, I'd be concerned, wouldn't you? I mean, it's just the age difference is so huge that you can see how things could get a little imbalanced. And I think that's exactly what happened. But like I said, their only way to clarify is through the tarot. So let's spill some tarot tea and let's find out what's really going on for Scott and Amelia in a way that only the supernatural can really tell us. All right, so let's see what's going on, you guys. Okay, so I'm a big fan of ladies first. So let's read Amelia Hamlin's energy first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read her energy in the situation, like in the beginning of the relationship and like her intentions going into the relationship. Then I'm going to read his energy. Then I'm going to do their energy together. And then we're going to see what the outcome is and like why they broke up. And, you know, we're going to get a little bit of a deeper cut. Another sip of my special mommy special tea for this. For Amelia, I pulled the 9 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, wow. So this is really sad. And this is honestly, you guys, exactly what we've all been kind of thinking and talking about. The 9 of Wands is a card of like rest. But when you get it in the reverse, it's like, like exhaustion. Like this tells me that she has put in a lot of work into this relationship. And I think she's a very conscientious person. I think she's a very conscientious woman. I listened to her interview on This Getting Confidential. I like Amelia Hamlin. She's been open about her eating disorder. I think she's a very down-to-earth person, especially given the way that she grew up and who her mother is and, you know, all the things that she's been through in the public eye, being a model. She comes off to me like as a really genuine person. I don't think that she's like snobby or rude. I think she has insecurities like the rest of us, and I think she's a sensitive person. I think that's why she has these insecurities. I don't think she's like full of herself or anything like that. So this is really sad to me because this tells me that she has been working really hard on this relationship. And I mentioned in the podcast episode that I told you about that's linked, when I talk about Scott and Amelia, that I feel like she was learning about her self-worth in this relationship. And to me, that's exactly what this 9 of Wands in the reverse is. It's someone who has been going through something where they are just giving and giving and giving, and they're exhausted and they're not seeing any rewards. The 9 of Wands in the reverse in a love reading is not seeing rewards. So, okay, so I think we have a really good grasp of her energy. Let's see what her intentions were, though, going into the relationship. So that was her reality in the relationship, and that totally checks out. I think she was always trying to wrangle Scott, and I mean, imagine if that was your boyfriend, you guys. Like, wouldn't that just be so embarrassing, so humiliating? Like, okay, hold on. Let's take a moment to talk about poor Amelia. I think Amelia Hamlin is gorgeous. it made me really sad to see her changing her style. And this could just be like because it was what was in. Like maybe I'm reading too much into it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. And like, I don't know, I just felt like there were so many pictures where people were posting online about how Amelia changed in the relationship, kind of like how people used to do that to Kim Kardashian. They said that she changed her outfits, like with every guy she dated, she changed her style, she changed her look. Well, with Amelia, if we look at her pre-Scott and then look at her during the Scott era, and I think they dated for like 9 months. I think that's what Daily Pop reported. But yeah, you guys, like she really started to dress like the Kardashians. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there is something wrong with that if she was doing that in order to either consciously or subconsciously try to compete with or become what she thought Scott wanted. And that's a real mind F, if you guys know what I mean. I mean, trying to become what you believe someone wants, essentially feeling not good enough, not worthy as just who you are in your own skin, like that is extremely painful. And what a difficult life lesson to learn. And that is really where she's at in life anyway. Like the age of 20, learning lessons. Like I said, I keep referring to that podcast episode just because it really does go into it. And so it does check out, but it's really sad that she had to go through that. And her intentions going into it were the Two of Cups. I pulled the Two of Cups for her. So that means that her intentions going into the relationship were very pure. Man, her intentions going into it were to create a real relationship. There was attraction there. There was romance. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, I'm getting goosebumps. That's like a little signal for me from spirit that I'm on the right track with something. So yeah, you guys, it's really sad. She definitely was there because she felt like this person could be her person, her forever person. I was just listening to an E report, like right before I got on here, just because I wanted to like make sure I didn't miss anything. And it was like just posted like an hour before recording this video. So I wanted to be like up to the minute, so I'm not like saying things that are already outdated. But Victor Cruz reported on it. It's on E Online. And he said that no one, like a friend said that neither of them took it seriously. That's not true. I don't believe that's true because I read an article previously on E saying, guys, I'm doing this for you. This is just my research, okay? This is not for me. But I read that they were like looking at a home together and she was spending more time with his kids. I don't think that's true at all. I think she was all in 100%. I think that they probably experienced a little bit of a blip in their relationship. By the way, I've dated people like this before. So like that's probably why I also have so much empathy for Amelia. Like, I know what that feels like. And if you guys have been there, you know what that feels like too. No matter what you do with certain people, especially more narcissistic personality types, Scott, it's never going to be good enough. And it's almost more of a test and I think a strengthening thing from the universe for you to learn your worth. And it really sucks because like, no one wants to learn their worth that way. And like we can say that, but at the time it doesn't feel like a life lesson from the universe. It just feels like you're not good enough. And it sucks and you internalize that, but it's like it's a whole journey. It's a whole journey. And I feel like I certainly got to a place where I recognized all of that on my own. And then, you know, I went on my merry little way, met someone who was right for me, and my self-worth, everything in the process was shifting the whole time. Like I realized that I did have like self-worth, that wasn't the right thing for me. And then I wasn't even attracted to that person who would treat me that way, like at all. Like I wasn't even into that vibe. So hopefully she will also experience that shift and glow up when it comes to her own worthiness, because I think she's a beautiful person inside and out. But I don't buy that whatever friend planted that story or whatever camp said, oh, they were never serious anyway. I don't think that's true at all. I think the trouble in paradise started, in my opinion, in the public eye when at the reunion for the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like entire show, they were really focusing in on Scott and his relationship with Kourtney, and also last season of the Kardashians, the very last season, there was a lot of buzz about him still being into her and him wanting to give things another chance when he broke up with Sophia Richie. There were rumors that he and Sophia, well, I don't know who broke up with who, you know what I mean though. There were rumors that Sophia, you know, he and Sophia broke up because of Kourtney. It's just like, it feels like Kourtney's always been this third wheel. And if you guys watch my Tarot Tea episode with Courtney and Travis Barker, you can see that the first cards I pulled for her were this petty energy, this vibe. And what's interesting is I also pulled for Scott the Three of Wands, and I believe I pulled that card for Courtney also in that tarot reading. I'll have to go back and look, but I think I did. And if I did, like, that's just confirmation that was the energy that he can't move on past. Do you guys remember that episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where like a shaman told them that they were soulmates and that they could decide to either be together in this life or not, but that they're soulmates nonetheless? And soulmates can be many things. They can choose to be platonic friends. They can choose to go all in and be lovers and be romantic, but that they will always be like soulmates. They will always be connected. Well, I think that is very true. And I think that Courtney I think that they were there to teach each other lessons, is what I mean. But it's a heavy karmic energy. I don't think this is a lighthearted thing. I think it's something that's very difficult for both of them to overcome. And I think that Courtney spent a lot of time having to overcome it. While Scott was cheating on her, while, she was begging Scott to be sober. Like, she had years to overcome this. I think Scott was in denial. And then now I think, and this is so lame and annoying, and this is so, guys, sorry if you're a guy watching this, like, hopefully you can admit this about yourself, okay? With guys, though, it's like they have to see it to believe it and to feel it. And women and men heal at different intervals. We just go at different paces, in my opinion. I believe that she was experiencing the disappointment and the healing all along throughout the years until she met Travis, and she was just like ready to go. She recognized that he was like that next level for her, that new beginning, that love of her life energy that she could really like get down with, build a life with. And with Scott, I feel like he was running from something. He was partying, he was cheating, he was drinking too much, taking drugs or whatever, like allegedly. I don't know if he was doing drugs. I don't know the man. But I'm just saying, it seemed like he was in this fast-paced energy. And then all of a sudden, when Courtney moved on, and you've probably experienced this in your life too, ladies, when Courtney moved on, all of a sudden a light bulb went off and he realized, oh, wait, she's not mine anymore. I can't, although she never was. It's this weird male psychology thing. Comment below if you guys have been through this, please. I've been through this, like, in the past. I'm married now, happily, thank God. But, like, I've been through it. And if you're going through it now, don't worry. Like, it doesn't last forever. It's just, like, becoming aware of it, I think, is super helpful in the moment to be able to get through it without taking it on, taking on too much of the blame for yourself. And I think Amelia is going through a really painful lesson right now. So with Scott, though, he got the Three of Wands. So I think she went in with the best of intentions, kept working at it, lying to herself even in the process a little bit, just wanted to make it work. She was in love with him, I think, or thought she was. And with him, wait, hold on. So first, I'm sorry, with him, I pulled the Fool. Enough said. Enough said. So with the Fool card is all about experiencing new things in romance. I believe that Scott has always looked for the next best thing. That's just the vibe he comes off as that type of guy to me. Like, first he was with Sophia Richie. By the way, Sophia and Amelia stopped being friends because I've been doing this research for you guys, okay? I didn't just know this. Although no shame, like this is the good info. This is the tarot tea. They stopped being friends though because they were friends when Sophia was dating Scott. And so then now for like them to break up and then to start dating her friend, like imagine how horrible that would feel. So I believe, like the Fool, he has been going from woman to woman. I believe that he has been thinking the grass is always going to be greener. I think that he's been searching for something to fill the void of, you know what I mean? And he has his own problems that are way deeper than like a tarot spread can tell. And I don't want to like bully him or be mean about him going through substance abuse issues. And like everyone has their problems. And I totally get that. And I hope that he gets the support he needs to heal. However, for the purposes of this analysis, of this cosmic analysis, I think that he has been in the energy of partying, always looking for something new, acting a fool, okay? Just let's take it at face value. He's been a fool, okay? And then So that was the energy I think he came into the relationship with. And then when he was in the relationship, the way that he acted was 3 of Wands. And like I said, this is the card that Courtney got also, which is kind of interesting, very sus. I think that's the one. I think. Shit. I'll have to verify. But 3 of Wands is all about like taking things to the next level and taking a chance. It can also be like travel and exploring the world together. The way that, okay, so sadly, the way that I read this in this reading, because of the context, because when you're reading tarot, you guys, it's all about the context. Like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, here's what happened. He came into it like the Fool, and I think that he was always still looking around. When I say like 3 of Wands is like travel and adventure, I think that while he was in the relationship, he was always, a part of him was always looking for a new adventure, was always thinking, like I said, the grass would be greener somewhere else. And I think that that is something that plagues Scott. And that's something that plagues a lot of people. I think until you mature emotionally in different ways, through different experiences, in your own time, whatever, you know, that is a certain thing that people fall into. Like some people call it like Peter Pan syndrome with dudes, but like women go through it too. The Goldilocks syndrome for women. With men, they call them Peter Pans. It's like nothing is ever quite right. And unfortunately, there can be a lot of things that are right, but these people just refuse to see it because they don't want to limit themselves. Anytime I see a 3 in tarot, I think of like 3's a crowd. Not necessarily cheating. Like I don't think he was cheating, but I think that his intentions, his passion, wand energy, the wands are passion, sexuality, all that. I think that his passionate energy, 3 was a crowd there. I think that he was distracted by Courtney's life, and that's why he made the horrible lapse in judgment to message the one ex-boyfriend of Courtney's who he's spoken so poorly about and who like clearly doesn't like him. Like it just, guys, he really shot himself in the foot here. So that tells me he's not in the most stable place. And we've seen Scott go through that. So I hope that he gets into therapy and he gets some help, because I'm sure he's probably not in the best mental state right now. Okay. Now, during their relationship, I did a card for like I pulled one for like, what is their relationship? What was the bulk of their relationship like? And, wow. So this is sort of sad. Okay. This is a very sad reading, you guys. But I know that we need to understand the tea. We need to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like we don't know them personally. So we have to dive into the tabloids through the tarot. But the 9 of Pentacles is all about luxury and abundance. So they both experienced a great deal of joy, Venus energy, feeling fulfilled. This is so sad, you guys. I totally think Scott self-sabotaged. Like, all in all, the layout of these cards, Scott self-sabotaged. And because their relationship was fulfilling, it was good. 9 of Pentacles is like everything that each person wanted. It can also be a card of, you know, in addition to luxury and vacations and like, I don't know, just like a beautiful, harmonious energy. In addition to that, when you're doing a couples reading, the 9 of Pentacles can signal like a couple who is working on their house. And like I told you guys, it was an article. If I can find it, I'll link it below. That was like, it was published like months back, that was talking about how they were looking for a house together and how she'd been spending more time with his kids. So that would all check out. That would all make sense. They're trying to downplay the relationship now because it's over and because I think both camps want to minimize, you know, the negative press. But I think that it was absolutely a devastating loss for both people, Again, I think Scott is repeating some of his past mistakes, and I'm sure he's not in a great place right now because of that. And I think Amelia's heartbroken. Okay. And I think he's heartbroken too, in a way. People with a narcissistic energy, they're heartbroken, but I don't feel like those people really take enough time to stop, sit with themselves, sit with the pain, and like dive deep. So it's hard to say how much he's feeling. He's definitely disappointed. I think he's definitely hurt. Will he bounce back with a new supermodel next week? I don't know. We'll see. But in regards to the future and to like the present energy moving into the future, we have the 10 of Cups reversed. Ugh. Okay, guys, the 10 of Cups, if you guys can see that, it's like this couple with a little child. There's like a cups. They're all like gazing up at the cups. It's just like fulfillment, happy family. This was in the reverse. So yeah, they ended up, I believe that there was potential for the 10 of Cups in the upright. And I think that sadly, you know, I think Scott took his eye off the ball a little bit. And I think that Amelia was just tired. I think she just had enough, and I don't blame her. And I think she finally was like, you know, I can't do this anymore, and still maintain some sense of self-worth. If you guys saw that tank top that she wore like on Instagram on her story, it was like, don't you have a girlfriend? As soon as I saw that on her story, I was like, yeah, she's done. She's going to dump this guy. And good for her, you know? So good for you, Amelia. I'm sorry that this relationship ended up in a 10 of Cups reversed. You know, if you're watching this, we've all been there, you know, at one point or another. And that doesn't take away from how bad it hurts. If you're in that position right now, you guys, this is like such a sad heartbreak reading. But I think that it's good in a way to talk about, because the tarot cards describe things in a way that, like, I don't know, I never could just off the top of my head. Like, the tarot cards revealed like the story, and I feel like this is a story that a lot of us have lived and experienced. And I think the more that we can share that, you know, the better it is. So yeah, all in all, you guys, what a sad state of affairs. What a messed up situation. My empathy is with Amelia on this one. Like, I feel bad for Scott too, but I also feel like this is really self-imposed. And at some point, Scott, like, you're going to have to take ownership and realize, maybe I should stop getting in these relationships if a relationship isn't something I'm really ready for. Or maybe I should, you know, deal with my issues, because clearly I'm still in love with someone that I've already effed it up with, and now I just keep breaking people's hearts. Like, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. All I can tell you is the tarot T. And this one was scalding. I mean, I got hurt just getting near it. So I feel sorry for these two. I think it really sucks. But here's the thing that we can always guarantee. Life goes on. The page will turn. If y'all listen to that podcast episode, I talked about how next year, I believe, Amelia is going to have a great year. And Scott's in a 2-year too, so he'll have a great year too. But this 2-age year that they're both in, this numerology cycle, is about learning these hard lessons about relationships. So, you know, I think they're going to sit in the lesson, and I think that they're going to be better for it once they get out of this energy and they move through it. So that's all I have for you guys today. That's the tarot T. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and give me a little thumbs up for this video if you liked it. Also, comment below. Give me your feedback. I want to hear about the tarot T, that your take on the tarot T. Also, if there's another celebrity gossip situation, or I don't know, any sort of situation that you guys want the tarot info on when it comes to something that you've seen in the tabloids, comment it below, please. Let me know, and I will see if I can get a video out there for you. Also, please subscribe to my podcast. I'm going to take the opportunity. Please subscribe to my podcast, subscribe to this channel, set up your alerts. I love you so much. I have a video up every week. I did not have a video up. This is my first video in 3 weeks because, sadly, my father passed away. I just want to let you guys know, if you've been wondering, like, why has she not been posting all of a sudden? Because I've been very consistent and working really hard to grow this channel. But yeah, my father did pass away unexpectedly, and so I took a little hiatus there for about 3 weeks. And again, that is also in the podcast episode. I talk about that at the end of the podcast if you guys are interested to know anything about, you know, my personal life a little bit more. All right, that's all we have for today. I love you so much. Take care, you guys, and I will see you next time.